A piece of chicken that costs 5 times more than usual might sound hard to swallow. But if it's black chicken, a prized breed regarded as the ginseng of the animal world, you might just want to think again. So, how are millions of black chickens raised and processed each year? The journey begins on peaceful farms, where each tiny life is carefully incubated, tended to with meticulous care, and raised under strict conditions for months before being sent to the processing plant. There, under the precision of modern machinery, combined with the skilled hands of workers, these black chickens are transformed into premium specialty products, ready to meet the demands of the most discerning markets. Today, join Agriculture Insight as we uncover the secrets hidden beneath that jet black plumage, to understand why such a small breed of chicken can make the world willing to pay many times over for every gram of its meat. Everything will be revealed in this video. Black chicken is not just food, it is the limited edition embodiment of the highest tier in the poultry world. While modern poultry farming primarily focuses on fast-growing, low-cost, easy-to-raise industrial breeds, black chicken takes a different path. Stricter rearing standards, longer growth periods, yet delivering value many times greater. From its skin and flesh to its bones and internal organs, every part of a black chicken is infused with dense melanin pigment, the very trait that makes it a symbol of rarity, rich nutrition, and highly regarded medicinal properties. China currently leads the world in black chicken farming and consumption, producing an estimated 20 million birds each year, nearly 50% of global output. Here, black chicken is not only a food source but also a long-standing medicinal ingredient in traditional Chinese medicine, trusted for centuries. Compared to industrial chicken, black chicken meat is firmer, leaner, and far richer in nutrients, particularly amino acids, iron, and natural collagen. A single black chicken can cost 3 to 5 times more than a regular bird, while ultra-rare breeds like the ayam shamani can fetch thousands of dollars each. And now, let's return to the very starting point of all black chicken value, the farms, where they begin life before becoming the superstars of the poultry world. First and foremost, to establish a standard black chicken farm, understanding their living environment and how to set up the housing is the primary and most crucial requirement. Black chickens adapt well to natural conditions, but they are more sensitive than regular chickens to sudden changes in temperature, humidity, and light. Therefore, the housing system must be designed scientifically and flexibly. Elevated, well-ventilated, protected from drafts, yet ensuring proper air circulation. Unlike industrial facilities for raising fast-growing white broilers, black chicken farming often favors a semi-natural model. Coops with outdoor runs, disinfected rice husk bedding, enclosed brooding areas for chicks, and spacious zones for adult birds to move freely. Stocking density is lower than that of regular chickens to reduce stress and promote uniform flock growth. Feeding and watering systems, heating lamps, cooling devices, and even quarantine areas are all strategically arranged to ensure comprehensive care throughout the entire rearing cycle. Next comes breed selection, a factor that directly determines the quality of the flock. From the very start, farmers must select healthy, standard-compliant roosters and hens with no deformities. A single high-quality rooster can effectively mate with 8 to 12 hens, ensuring a generation of chicks that are uniform, healthy, and true to breed. After mating, black hens enter their laying phase with good physical condition and stable productivity. Each black chicken egg is not just an ordinary agricultural product. It is the culmination of nutrition, rare genetics, and special care, with a value many times higher than that of industrial eggs. For this reason, laying hens are kept separately in quiet, well-ventilated housing and provided with a priority diet. Rations rich in calcium, protein, vitamins, fresh greens, and minerals. For farmers, each healthy laying hen is essentially a biological gold printing machine, requiring attentive care to maintain consistent yield and quality. Black chickens are not prolific layers, but every egg they produce carries its own unique value. On average, they lay only about 2 to 3 eggs per week, but in return, the deep brown shell with a charcoal violet hue, as if coated in melanin, is a distinctive mark unmatched by any other breed. The yolk, dense and rich in micronutrients, is considered by chefs to be a natural premium ingredient, impossible to replace with industrial eggs. Egg collection cannot be rushed. Every early morning and late afternoon, when the flock is calm, workers carefully inspect each straw nest by hand, picking up the eggs gently to avoid any impact. The eggs are placed in individual soft trays and transported to a cool storage room under strict conditions. Behind every egg is not mass production, but an entire process of sustainable farming, where quality is always the top priority. From these very eggs begins the journey of the next generation of black chickens. However, not every egg meets the standards for hatching. Therefore, the incubation process is carried out with extreme precision. Each egg is candled to inspect the embryo, eliminating any that are damaged or non-viable. Only those that pass are placed into automated incubators, where temperature, humidity, and egg-turning cycles are controlled with absolute accuracy. This ensures a high hatch rate, producing healthy, uniform chicks, preserving the quality of this rare and specialty breed. After 21 days lying still within their thick shells, each egg begins to tremble slightly before suddenly cracking. The first black chicks emerge, not golden yellow like regular chicks, but saturated with melanin pigment from the very moment they hatch. Every hatching is a precisely timed birth, where black is not a sign of the unusual, but living proof of a rare genetic line being reborn. Immediately after breaking free from their shells, the newborn black chicks are moved straight to the brooding area, an enclosed space with disinfected rice husk bedding, where the temperature is kept stable at 32 to 35 degrees Celsius using infrared heat lamps. For black chickens, this stage is not merely about warmth. It is the first critical step that determines their coloration, immunity, and survival rate in the future. Unlike regular chicks, black chicks possess an extremely dense melanin pigment system, which makes them less capable of regulating their own body temperature, requiring absolute stability in their brooding environment. Their diet is specially formulated, finely ground pellets rich in protein and minerals to support strong bone development and maintain their signature dark pigmentation. Clean drinking water is placed at a low height, enriched with electrolytes and probiotics to activate the immune system from the very first days. Every parameter, from humidity levels to light intensity, is monitored with specialized equipment. With a breed as valuable as this, even a few degrees of temperature fluctuation or sudden environmental change can affect the entire flock. This is why caring for black chicks demands higher technical expertise and much stricter supervision compared to raising regular chickens. Because every individual that survives and grows to standard is truly a living asset. Due to the slow but steady approach in raising them, vaccinating black chickens is something that cannot be neglected. This is not just a technical step, it is a way of reinforcing their immune system, like putting a biological suit of armor on a breed that is naturally sensitive to its environment. Starting from the second week, black chickens are vaccinated or given eye drops with the Lesota vaccine to prevent Newcastle disease, a highly contagious illness that can cause serious losses if not prevented in time. From the 4th to the 6th week, they continue to receive other vaccines, either through injection or drinking water, such as those for gumboro, fowl cholera, enteritis, and infectious bronchitis. All of these must be administered according to schedule, as even a slight deviation in timing can affect the health and uniform growth of the entire flock. Particularly for black chickens, which tend to grow slowly and have lower resistance compared to industrial breeds, sticking to the vaccination schedule not only protects the flock, but also builds a solid immune foundation for the many months of rearing ahead. Missing a single shot can sometimes mean not just losing a few chickens, but losing the entire batch. After about 30 days, the black chicken flock enters a stage of rapid growth. At this point, the rearing density begins to feel cramped as the birds grow quickly, with firm bodies and black feathers covering them from head to toe, a sign that melanin is developing well and the breed is meeting its genetic standard. When the flock starts growing fast and crowding the old space, the coop is expanded immediately. Temporary partitions are removed, a fresh layer of rice husk is spread, and additional feeders and drinkers are provided to meet their increasing needs. B40 wire mesh is installed along the perimeter, creating a more open space while keeping flock density under control. Compared to most purebred chicken varieties, black chickens tend to be more sensitive and are prone to stress or even mild depression if their living environment is monotonous or their diet lacks variety. Therefore, farmers need to provide a diverse feeding regimen, not relying solely on compound pellets, but combining natural food sources such as whole grains, chopped greens, worms, or insects. Black chickens are not industrially fattened, but raised for sustainable growth, slower but steady, resulting in firm, lean meat that retains its original flavor and distinctive quality. Once they reach market standards, the chickens are harvested and transported to processing plants, moving one step closer to fulfilling their mission of serving consumers worldwide. As soon as they are transported to the processing plant, black chickens go through a closed, fully controlled process, where every step is carried out with precision and synchronization to ensure the highest commercial quality. After being defeathered, the chickens are eviscerated and inspected for hygiene. Everything done under inspection lights and on a high-speed moving line. Once processed, the meat is rinsed with high-pressure cold water and immediately transferred to the vacuum packaging area. Each black chicken is carefully packed, labeled for traceability, and stored in cold storage, ready to be shipped as a premium product. Black chicken has long been regarded as a prized ingredient, once featured in royal banquets for its unique color and exceptional nutritional value. After thawing and careful preparation, the meat can be cooked right away without heavy seasoning, thanks to its naturally rich sweetness, gentle fattiness, and distinct clean finish. Simply boiling it with a few slices of ginger brings out its aroma. The skin is thin with a pleasant chew, the meat is firm yet tender, embodying the essence of a chicken raised naturally. For those who favor light, nourishing dishes, black chicken stewed with mushrooms, slow-cooked with Chinese herbs, or simmered with lotus seeds is both delicious and restorative. In modern cuisine, grilled black chicken with lime leaves, fried with fish sauce, roasted with salt, or stir-fried with lemongrass and chili retains its signature color and enticing fragrance. More than just a filling meal, black chicken is a dish for true connoisseurs, a symbol of refinement, rarity, and sophistication, holding its premium, distinctive, and irreplaceable place among all chicken varieties. Black chickens captivate with their all-black appearance, from feathers, skin, and beak to bones and internal organs, all darkened by a rare melanin mutation, creating a beauty that is both unusual and mysterious. Sharing the same fibromelanosis mutation, the silky breed presents a fascinating paradox. Draped in pure white, fluffy plumage like a winged plush cat, yet beneath it, the skin, meat, and bones remain jet black. This striking contrast between a snowy exterior and an inky black interior has made the silky the inverted twin of the black chicken, a gentle creature that conceals a rare genetic treasure, proving that sometimes beauty lies in the most unexpected contradictions. Not just a dish, the black chicken is the essence of nature and time, rare in both color and flavor. Every tender, flavorful bite and every thin, chewy layer of skin carry the full quintessence of a naturally raised breed, preserving its status as a premium delicacy unmatched by any other. If you're an animal lover, you might be a little shocked to hear that guinea pigs are eaten as food. But in South America, where guinea pigs are raised on a large scale, they're actually considered a traditional source of meat with high economic value. In Peru alone, a country that regards guinea pig as a national dish, up to 65 million are processed each year to serve both the domestic market and export demands, generating hundreds of millions of dollars for not just Peru, but the entire Andean region. Although this rodent belongs to the same family, Caviidae, as ordinary mice, its appearance is far more endearing. Soft, multicolored fur like velvet, a chubby body, tiny stubby legs, and a calm, gentle temperament. Unlike many of their rodent relatives, guinea pigs don't climb, don't jump, and have no tail at all. Remarkably, they also lack the ability to synthesize vitamin C, a rare genetic trait that makes their diet something that must be carefully managed. And if you're curious what guinea pig meat tastes like, imagine a piece of tender young chicken, but with a firmer texture, more fat under the skin, and a deeper, richer flavor. The meat is naturally sweet, easy to digest, high in protein, and contains even less cholesterol than chicken or pork, making guinea pig not just a culturally proud traditional dish, but also a promising alternative protein for the future. But that's only half the story, because while the familiar guinea pigs of Peru are raised in cages, their giant cousin lives wild and free in the eastern part of South America, the capybara. Compared to the typical guinea pig, the capybara is a colossal rodent, in fact the largest rodent species on Earth, reaching up to 1 meter in length and weighing over 60 kilograms. They dwell along rivers, lakes, marshes, and flooded fields, places where lush vegetation is always available to sustain their strictly herbivorous diet. Capybaras feed on just about every kind of plant they can find: grass, corn, sugarcane, sweet potatoes, young rice plants, and water-grown vegetables. Though peaceful in nature, when dozens of them move in herds during the dry season, when food is scarce, their foraging can spell disaster for farmers. In Brazil and Venezuela, it's not uncommon to see entire herds of capybaras invading crop fields, trampling the soil, stripping young plants bare, and leaving behind devastation that makes replanting nearly impossible. Still, capybaras are not considered a national-level agricultural threat like field rats. They reproduce more slowly and are often managed through legal hunting or controlled farming. In fact, in several South American countries, capybaras are seen as premium game meat, sometimes fetching higher prices than beef in certain regions. Their meat has a distinctive profile: flavorful, firm, rich in collagen, and is commonly prepared smoked, salted, and grilled, or turned into sausages. At one point in history, the Roman Catholic Church even allowed capybara meat to be consumed in place of fish during Lent, arguing that since they live in water, they could be classified as aquatic creatures. Two rodents, one domesticated, one wild, have carved out a unique place in the culinary and cultural life of Latin America. Together, they are a vivid testament to how humans engage with nature, nurturing it, utilizing it, and respecting the wild diversity it offers. And every journey has a beginning. So right now, let's step inside the guinea pig farms, where it all begins, and discover how this charming little creature has become one of the world's most fascinating and talked about sources of food. To build a commercially viable guinea pig farm, breed selection is a critical first step, directly influencing reproductive efficiency and meat quality. Determining the sex of a guinea pig is the starting point, but it's not as simple as one might think. Both males and females share remarkably similar appearances, especially during their juvenile stage. However, upon close inspection, males tend to have slightly larger bodies, with a subtly raised lower abdomen due to developed genital glands. In adults, these glands become clearly visible as two small lumps near the anus, making them one of the most reliable indicators of sex. In contrast, females are generally smaller and lower to the ground, with flat bellies and a soft, rounded body shape. Resembling a walking, furry pillow. Beyond sex identification, farmers must select individuals that are healthy, active, and have smooth, evenly colored fur. Signs such as patchy hair loss, skin redness, scratches, or sluggish reflexes are considered red flags. A high-quality breeding guinea pig typically weighs between 600 and 800 grams, has a strong skeletal frame, no deformities, and displays quick, alert responses to sound or movement, key genetic indicators for a robust next generation. Once a healthy breeding stock has been selected with the proper male-to-female ratio, farmers begin the pairing process to allow natural mating among guinea pigs. Typically, one male is housed with 4 to 6 females in a quiet, spacious environment, completely free from the presence of other males. Guinea pigs can reproduce year-round with no fixed breeding season and are capable of mating as early as 3 to 4 months old, once their reproductive instincts begin to emerge. Mating is often quick and spontaneous, sometimes lasting only a few minutes, but may occur multiple times over several days if the animals are not separated. During this period, close observation is essential to ensure mating success and to prevent exhaustion or stress in the females. After mating has taken place, the female guinea pig is separated to allow for close monitoring throughout her pregnancy. The gestation period ranges from 59 to 72 days, unusually long for a rodent. However, this extended duration results in well-developed newborns. They are born fully furred, with open eyes, teeth, and the ability to walk immediately. A typical litter consists of 2 to 6 pups, though healthy mothers can sometimes give birth to as many as 8. Female guinea pigs are known to be devoted mothers, but they still require support in the form of a clean, dry, and completely quiet enclosure. Even minor noise or disturbance can cause stress, potentially disrupting the mother's ability to care for her young properly. When the young guinea pigs reach about 1 month of age, they are transferred from the initial nursery area to commercial grow-out pens, where they continue to be raised until they reach harvest weight. Depending on the scale and purpose of the operation, housing systems can vary significantly. In small-scale or family-run farms, guinea pig enclosures are often designed with a surprising level of care and creativity. These setups serve not only as shelter, but as miniature kingdoms for the animals. Farmers may construct multi-level cages resembling tiny castles, complete with climbing tubes, wooden ramps, multi-compartment food towers, automatic water dispensers, and even sand-bathing areas, creating a space that's both easy to manage and stimulating for natural behaviors and movement. In some regions, small-scale guinea pig farming has even evolved into a semi-hobbyist activity, blending commercial goals with entertainment and emotional attachment. This approach helps the animals grow in a low-stress, enriched environment, often leading to faster and healthier development. However, in large-scale commercial farms, aesthetic considerations are replaced by functionality and productivity. Enclosures are arranged in long rows, divided into clearly marked compartments, each holding about 10 to 15 animals, depending on their size and sex. The floors are typically lined with absorbent materials such as compressed sawdust, recycled paper, or smart plastic mesh that allows waste to fall into collection trays below, helping keep the space dry, odor-controlled, and reducing the risk of respiratory illness. At this stage, diet plays a decisive role in the growth rate and meat quality. Guinea pigs are strict herbivores, but their meals are far from just a handful of greens. They require a balanced diet of fiber, plant-based protein, vitamins, and minerals. High-quality hay, primarily alfalfa or timothy grass, is sourced from satellite grass farms, then sun-dried and stored in humidity-controlled warehouses. This hay is not only rich in fiber, but also has a natural aroma that makes it highly palatable and easy for guinea pigs to digest. In addition, they are given freshly cut grass from surrounding fields each day, along with vegetables and fruits such as carrots, cucumbers, pumpkins, apples, or tender corn leaves, both to stimulate appetite and boost nutrition. However, fruit portions are strictly controlled. As guinea pigs have a sweet tooth, too much natural sugar can quickly lead to obesity or diarrhea. To ensure consistent nutrition, farms also provide pellet feed made from ground grains, soybeans, and fortified with vitamin C, a nutrient guinea pigs cannot synthesize on their own and whose deficiency can cause swollen joints, watery eyes, or rough, brittle fur. Every day, farm workers monitor their feeding behavior and separate underperforming individuals for special care. It may sound simple, but in reality, feeding grass to hundreds of guinea pigs is a rigorous nutritional race between the keeper and the surprisingly finicky appetites of these small creatures. After about 3 to 4 months of consistent care and a precise diet, guinea pigs will reach their ideal slaughter weight, typically between 900 grams and 1.2 kilograms each. By this stage, their bodies are fully developed, with just the right layer of fat beneath the skin, firm meat, and sleek fur, meeting both visual and commercial quality standards. This is also the moment they are ready to enter a new chapter in their life cycle, when their meat will be harvested, processed, and transformed into the signature dishes of the Andes region. Once inside the processing plant, the guinea pigs are taken directly to the preparation area, where workers clean off all the fur by dipping the carcasses in hot water and carefully plucking them, ensuring the skin remains intact. The internal organs are then neatly removed, and the bodies are thoroughly washed several times until no stray hairs, blood, or impurities remain. From the preparation area, the cleaned carcasses are transferred to the drying section, a crucial step that allows the skin to shed moisture quickly, the meat fibers to firm up, and the entire carcass to stabilize, ready for the next stages. This process helps preserve the natural flavor while extending shelf life without compromising nutritional value. At this point, the guinea pig meat has reached peak condition, ready to be transformed into the signature dishes of the Andes. Wholesome, flavorful creations that embody the distinctive taste and cultural heritage of the South American highlands. In the culinary traditions of Peru, Bolivia, and Ecuador, the guinea pig, known locally as cuy, is more than just a dish. It is a symbol of a culinary heritage that stretches back hundreds of years. And if you've never seen this dish before, picture this. A plump guinea pig, marinated with garlic, pepper, local chilies, and native spices, then roasted over glowing coals until the skin puffs and crisps, shimmering with a honey gold sheen. The fat sizzles and crackles, releasing an aroma that mingles with the scent of roasting corn and earthy potatoes. A simple countryside feast, yet irresistibly alluring. Beyond cuy asado, roast guinea pig, locals prepare many other variations, deep-fried whole, simmered in herb-infused soups, or salted and sun-dried for long-term storage like jerky. Each region has its own twist, but all share the same respect for the natural flavor of the meat. Tender, lightly sweet, low in fat, with a distinctive chewiness rarely found in other poultry. Guinea pig is often served alongside boiled potatoes, roasted corn kernels, or sticky rice, forming humble yet deeply rooted meals in the lives of Andean mountain communities. During festivals or family gatherings, the presence of a platter of cuy on the table is a reminder of tradition, abundance, and warm hospitality. So famous that many people mistake all canned meat for Spam. This product is, in fact, a proprietary brand of canned pork by Hormel Foods, a long-established food corporation headquartered in Minnesota, USA. The story begins in the late 1920s, when J. Hormel, the son of founder George A. Hormel, took over the company during a time when America was in crisis, with widespread unemployment and food shortages. This sparked an urgent demand for affordable, convenient, and long-lasting sources of protein. One day, faced with a surplus of unsold pork shoulder, Jay came up with a bold idea: to transform this cut of meat into a ready-to-eat canned product that could be preserved for long periods and sold directly to consumers. After numerous trials, Spam was officially born in 1937, marking a new era in convenient food. But it wasn't until World War II that Spam truly became a global phenomenon. With a shelf life of up to 5 years without the need for refrigeration or chemical preservatives, and being energy-rich, Spam became a staple in the rations of American soldiers, with tens of thousands of tons shipped to the front lines. Soldiers even found creative uses for Spam fat, lubricating guns or waterproofing boots. Through the military, Spam was introduced to various parts of the world, including Hawaii, Guam, and South Korea. From wartime rations to a global culinary icon, Spam has endured for nearly a century without losing its place in the hearts of consumers. Upon arrival at the processing plant, the pigs are brought into a resting area equipped with ventilation systems, automatic misting, and a continuous supply of clean drinking water. This phase helps reduce stress and allows the muscles to relax. Before entering the processing stage, the pigs are moved into an automated stunning system designed to ensure a smooth and stress-free procedure. Today, 2 common stunning methods used in modern meat processing facilities are carbon dioxide, CO2 stunning, and electrical stunning. Among them, CO2 stunning is more widely used due to its gentler effect and longer duration of unconsciousness. The pigs are placed in a sealed chamber where gradually increasing concentrations of CO2 induce unconsciousness within about 30 seconds. In contrast, electrical stunning uses a current of 240 volts to 400 volts applied directly to the brain, rendering the pig instantly unconscious. While this method is quick, it requires precise handling to ensure effectiveness and animal welfare. The next step is the cleaning process, where each carcass is passed through a hot water scalding system. For several minutes, the water is maintained at a temperature of 58 to 62 degrees Celsius, which helps open up the hair follicles and facilitates faster, more efficient cleaning. Following this, high-precision automatic dehairing machines take over. Soft rubber-coated rotating rollers gently remove the hair without damaging the surface of the skin. Once thoroughly cleaned, the carcass moves on to the singeing area, where intense flames burn off any remaining fine hairs while simultaneously sterilizing the surface. Finally, the internal organs and any inedible parts are completely removed, leaving behind only the clean, white carcass, ready for the trimming stage in the journey toward becoming a high-quality can of Spam. Continuing the process, the clean white carcasses are moved to the cutting area, where different sections of meat are separated based on their intended use. An automated bandsaw system splits each carcass lengthwise from the neck to the tail. In modern facilities, 3D scanning technology is integrated to determine the optimal cutting path, ensuring uniform size and weight between the two halves. This not only maximizes yield, but also facilitates the efficient separation of different meat cuts in subsequent stages. After splitting, each section of meat is cooled and stored at a temperature of approximately 0 to 4 degrees Celsius to preserve freshness and inhibit bacterial growth until it is transported to processing plants. While premium cuts like loin, ribs, and ham are sent to production lines for fresh or high-end frozen products, pork shoulder, often considered a tougher, fattier byproduct, is carefully selected to become the key ingredient in the iconic cans of Spam. At the Spam production facility, carefully selected pork shoulder cuts are sent to the trimming line, where tough tissues, skin, and excess fat are removed, leaving only the most balanced portions of lean and fat. And from this point forward, the pork shoulder begins to shine. Under Hormel's expertise, and with the aid of advanced blending and sterilization technologies, the pork shoulder is revived into a perfect ingredient. Tender, mildly fatty, able to hold its texture after cooking, and ideal for forming into the firm, iconic block inside each can. Pork shoulder not only offers ideal binding properties when ground and mixed with spices, but also gives Spam its signature texture, firm yet sliceable, without crumbling or falling apart. This is the secret behind the distinctive, springy chew, rich flavor, smooth finish that only Spam delivers. And it's the reason why this product has remained beloved around the world for nearly a century. Before entering the mixing stage, the trimmed pork shoulder undergoes coarse grinding using industrial machines. This process doesn't fully puree the meat, but preserves a certain fiber structure, an essential factor in giving Spam its firm, cohesive texture, while still feeling like real meat. This is a key distinction from sausages, which require the meat to be finely ground to achieve a smooth consistency. The controlled coarse grinding step plays a crucial role in forming the tightly packed meat texture that consumers experience when slicing into Spam. No crumbling, no mushiness, just a firm, uniform cut every time. After trimming, the pork shoulder is sent to the mixing area, where Spam's proprietary formula comes into play. It includes just a few simple ingredients: pork shoulder, salt, sugar, water, potato starch, and sodium nitrite. The perfect balance of these components creates Spam's signature flavor and texture. The mixture is blended in a chilled environment to maintain freshness, enhance binding, and ensure uniformity, ready for the canning stage. Once mixing is complete, the meat blend is filled into cans, vacuum sealed, and hermetically closed to preserve structure and prepare for sterilization. Spam is cooked directly in the can using high-pressure steam at 121 degrees Celsius for 75 minutes, eliminating microorganisms and allowing shelf life of up to 5 years without added preservatives. Following the cooling and quality inspection process, each can receives the iconic navy blue label with the bold yellow Spam logo, a globally recognized symbol. The finished product is then boxed and shipped to more than 44 countries, completing the journey of one of the world's most iconic food items. Though it may seem like a simple canned meat, Spam has transcended its role as food to become a cultural icon in many countries. In the United States, beyond its association with wartime memories, Spam has made its way into film, television, and music. Most notably in Monty Python's musical Spamalot, reflecting its deep influence on popular culture. In Hawaii, Spam is an essential part of the local food culture. With over 7 million cans consumed annually by a population of just over 1 million, it features in beloved dishes like Spam musubi, fried rice, and breakfast platters. Residents even host an annual festival called Waikiki Spam Jam, drawing tens of thousands of attendees to celebrate this familiar food. Meanwhile, in South Korea, Spam is considered a premium gift during major holidays, symbolizing thoughtfulness and prosperity. From overlooked cuts of pork shoulder to a carefully selected, blended, canned, and sterilized product, Spam is far more than just a canned meat. It is a global culinary icon. It represents smart resourcefulness, advanced food processing technology, and a lasting value that has connected with millions of people for nearly a century. Cheese is a universe of its own, rich, diverse, and full of contradictions. From the gooey stretch of mozzarella melting on pizza to the bold, pungent blue cheese that challenges your senses, every cheese has a distinct character. Like unique voices in a global culinary choir, no two are the same. Some stir up controversy, like Casu Marzu, the Italian cheese filled with live maggots. Once banned for being too unsanitary, it's now nominated as a UNESCO cultural heritage. While certain cheeses walk the line between tradition and food safety, cheddar represents something steady, beloved, and familiar. Though it originated in England, cheddar has become an American classic, woven into our burgers, grilled cheeses, and mac and cheese. Because cheese isn't just food, it's history, it's identity, and for many, it's pride on a plate. The journey of cheddar begins with fresh cow's milk, but not all milk is the same. In summer, fat content can drop by up to 20%, making the cheese drier and less smooth. To fix this, food engineers blend milk from different sources or add cream to restore balance. Thanks to this step, every wheel of cheddar, whether made in the heat of July or the chill of January, maintains its rich texture and signature flavor. Once the milk has been standardized and pasteurized, it is transferred into a fermentation tank where strains of lactic acid bacteria, typically Lactococcus lactis, are added. These microorganisms consume the lactose in the milk and produce lactic acid, which lowers the pH and creates the ideal environment for coagulation to occur. When the acidity reaches the desired level, rennet enzyme is introduced. This enzyme causes the milk protein casein to coagulate, transforming the liquid milk into a soft gel-like mass known as curd. This curdling process takes about 30 to 45 minutes and marks the very first transformation from milk to cheese. As soon as the curd forms, it's cut into tiny cubes using specialized wire knives, kickstarting the crucial step of whey separation, the liquid portion left in the milk. The curd-whey mixture is then slowly heated to around 38 to 40 degrees Celsius over the course of 30 to 60 minutes. As the temperature rises, the curd pieces begin to shrink, firm up, and release even more moisture. To ensure the process is on track, the cheesemaker scoops up a sample of whey for inspection. If the liquid is pale yellow, clear, and free of milky residue, it's a good sign that the curds have separated properly and valuable proteins haven't been lost. To the untrained eye, it might look like nothing more than a pot of milk gently heating. But beneath the surface, a precise transformation is taking place. Each curd is tightening, concentrating its proteins and forming structure, while the whey quietly separates, clearing the way for the main act to begin. To keep the curds from clumping and ensure the whey drains evenly, cheese must be stirred continuously and with just the right touch. The result? Beautifully defined, protein-rich curds with low moisture, young cheese in its purest, most promising form. After most of the whey has been drained, the curd is cut into long, flat blocks with a high degree of uniformity. Every 15 to 20 minutes, they are flipped, rotated, and lightly pressed to continue removing moisture and increase their cohesiveness. This process takes about 1 to 2 hours and serves as the signature step of cheddar cheese production. Thanks to cheddaring, the cheese develops a dense, elastic texture with a firm bite. It's this very process that sets cheddar apart from many other cheeses and also gives it its name, derived from the technique itself. Once cheddaring is complete, the blocks of cheese are cut into small cubes or evenly sized pieces. If the pieces are too large, the cheese may retain excess moisture. If too small, it can lose its natural softness and creamy richness. Next, pure sea salt is thoroughly mixed into the curd. The amount of salt is carefully measured, just enough to preserve the cheese without overpowering its natural richness. At this stage, additional ingredients like pepper, dried bell peppers, or herbs may also be added to create unique flavor profiles. Next, the curd mixture and added ingredients are thoroughly mixed to ensure that the salt and seasonings are evenly distributed, creating a consistent flavor throughout the entire cheese block. Then, the curd is passed through a specialized milling machine for a final cut. While it may look like the cheese is being ground, this is actually a critical step to achieve the ideal curd size before molding. Milling helps the salt distribute more evenly, allows for tighter pressing, and creates the distinct firm yet crumbly texture that defines cheddar cheese. The salted curds are transferred into specialized pressing molds, typically made of stainless steel. A hydraulic system then applies high pressure to the curds, removing any remaining whey and shaping the cheese into solid blocks. Salt is then applied directly to the surface of the pressed cheese blocks, usually by evenly sprinkling dry salt over each side. This process allows the salt to penetrate from the outside in, forming a natural rind that helps preserve the cheese and develop its flavor during aging. After pressing, the cheese is removed from the mold and wrapped in muslin cloth or natural wax to protect it during the aging process. The cheese blocks are then wrapped in cloth, usually muslin, which helps protect them during aging while allowing the cheese to breathe so its flavor can develop naturally. This cloth also helps form a natural rind, giving cheddar its signature appearance. The final stage is aging, a crucial step that determines the richness, firmness, and distinctive flavor of each wheel of cheddar. The cheese is transferred to an aging room where temperature and humidity are tightly controlled, typically kept at 8 to 12 degrees Celsius with 80 to 90% humidity. The aging process can last anywhere from a few months to several years. Mild cheddar only requires 3 to 6 months to develop a soft, subtle flavor. Aged cheddar is matured for 12 months or more, resulting in a firmer texture and a noticeably sharper, more complex taste. For extra sharp varieties, aging can extend beyond 18 to 24 months, turning each slice into a flavor-packed treasure. During this time, enzymes and bacteria continue to work silently, bringing about subtle transformations in texture and aroma, like a slow, artistic fermentation. Sensory experts evaluate each sample based on a range of criteria: color, firmness, aroma, and aftertaste. A hint too much acidity or a lack of creaminess, and the entire batch might be rejected. This process is carefully monitored, as during aging and fermentation, cheese can easily become an ideal breeding ground for bacteria if conditions aren't precisely controlled. Finally, each block is precisely cut by machines into uniform portions, ranging from thin slices for retail packs to larger chunks for restaurants. The pieces are then transferred to a vacuum packaging system, where negative pressure removes all air, extending shelf life without the need for preservatives. Every package is printed with a QR code that allows full traceability, from farm to factory. Before leaving the facility, the products pass through metal detectors and automatic weight checks, Only perfectly sealed, accurate packs make it through. All of this takes place in cold storage maintained at 2 to 4 degrees Celsius, ensuring the cheese retains its ideal flavor and texture until it reaches the consumer. And just like that, a cheese masterpiece is born. From pure white milk to golden aromatic blocks of cheese, the journey of creating cheddar is a perfect blend of science, craftsmanship, and passion. Each slice of cheddar is not just food, it's the result of time, precision, and the dedication of skilled artisans. When you bite into a piece of cheddar, you're not only tasting its signature salty richness, you're experiencing a remarkable journey from pasture to plate. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to like, share, and leave a comment below. And now join me as we open the door to another journey, just as fascinating and flavorful.